What's up YouTube, Corner221 here. Welcome to another Company of Heroes 2v2 replay. So, I'm French Guards here playing as the United States. I'm here with Freikompany, who's playing as the British. And it's very important to talk with your team, kind of tell you what you're going to do. So I'm saying I was saying squad engineers. My main goal is to pretty much hold up down here. I want to hold this area and keep the Germans out. So, as a U.S. player in this spot, I call it kind of the hot seat on this map. You have to secure this area as the United States. And if you're the Germans, get an early MG, rush one of these houses, have an MG over here, and you got to constrict these guys. You want to push them back. You want to hold this area and pretty much just let them have the fuel. So you get the extra munition and you get the extra resources. This is where you generally make a push. So I've got my riflemen coming out, and I got both my engineers. One's capturing the fuel, one is going right for munitions down here. Anyway, for the Brits, I know the munitions are very important. So I got my rifleman now coming out. As you can see, he's already starting to capture. As you can see a little bit of red on the map. He's already going to try to capture this. He's rushed up his pioneers. We're playing against Electric Wizard. And what's this guy's name here? And Cuxrule or something? Cuck? I don't know. Anyway, so I got my guys in heavy cover. That's what the green thing means over their heads. And these guys are going to hold up in the building. These are going to be an absolute nuisance because they do not have grenades yet. So I'm going, wow, this is fast from the fortifier up here. And so I'm pretty much moving my forces up here. I'm going to try to capture this munitions. I can actually turn off the fog of war. As you can see, very little support. They just got some pioneers and some more pioneers. 3 pioneer start will delay your initial Volksgrenadiers. So that's a big problem. Meanwhile, my ally down here is just going to do some recon, set up some machine guns and mortars. Our main push is going to be over here. He's going to get his truck mobile soon. Anyway, so these guys are pretty much held up in here. So we have the riflemen. One thing you got to know about buildings is, for instance, see this building right here? Now, if the enemy's on this side, that's great because you got 5 windows to shoot from if you have a squad of 6 in there. But if the enemy's right here, you've only got 2 windows to shoot from. So you know that. So pretty much this house right here, there's not a single window right here to actually these guys to shoot out. So all my riflemen are just shooting through the wall, and they can only hit what's in front of them. I think they got, there's only 2 guys in there, but they only got like 1 or 2 windows. Anyway, I got another rifleman squad coming up. I'm already building an MG. I'm desperate to restrict the movement of the German player up here, and this is a perfect position for it because I can actually stop them from coming over and getting in the house. Anyway, I got some more riflemen here. If they do come a little bit closer, we'll be able to do that. But we got the Volksgrenadiers in heavy cover. My guys are right next to them. And we got the MG. It's going to suppress these guys just as the other engineers are coming up. Right now, I'm saving for... Oh, actually, killed that unit. Right now, I'm saving for flamethrowers, which are, I believe, 50 munitions or something. 50 munitions, that's right. So we can burn these guys out of the house. Anyway, unit preservation is very off on Electric Wizard here. When you just saw your Volksgrenadiers get wiped out to riflemen, you're not going to send your pioneers in piecemeal. Anyway, just to further harassment here, I just, he's got an MG coming up, but to harass, I'm going to immediately cut off this point, which will cut off their fuel, and it will, don't worry too much about that area. So we have a lot of fire here. I'm just saying I'm cutting their fuel. So it's great to kind of tell your teammate what he's doing. Now my teammate's kind of capturing a little bit on this side, but he moved his truck up here to get him extra munitions. That's a great tactic for a British player to start off with. He's putting his MG in there. That's a great tactic because your guys are going to need munitions to upgrade to the Bren, to the rifle grenades, to the recon element for their squads. And that will give you an early advantage over regular Volksgrenadiers. Anyway, we finally shot the hell out of that engineer that was held up. That was pretty much held up in there. So now I'm building some sandbags, position some troops, kind of give myself more cover. Building at this angle. Anyway, I'm going to run these guys back because I'm floating some manpower right now, and I want to build a support center. So that's what I'm going to do. And I just use it on defensive operations, I think, so my riflemen. I'm going to put the riflemen in here and upgrade a forward HQ. Now you say your base might be right here. I'm using the forward HQ up here, which I'll get in a little bit, to pretty much reinforce the troops around here. I know I can run back to my base, but it's important to keep your guys in combat. That also works with an infantry half track or whatever. So we got a response from the Germans. And this would be a very strong move tactically to position his men in this house because they're a lot harder to hit, and look at the windows. They got 5 people shooting out of those windows, and this guy right here not really doing anything. So I've lost my troops many times trying to get in this, and even though it is heavy cover. By the way, that doesn't actually, when I click, it doesn't actually command my troops. This is a replay. And I'm going to move these guys up and see what they have. I just want to really harass them, so I neutralize their fuel. Anyway, my flamethrowers are actually going to build a MG here because I do want to cut off this area now, so there'll be we'll have a choke point on both areas. This map is known for choke points. Now, I don't think I showed you the double Panzer Elite I did on this map, but that's when we're the Axis, and I'll definitely try to do that next. I do really enjoy doing these videos because, I mean, I've learned so much about Company of Heroes since I started. Like, I played like 4 missions a while ago, and then I beat the campaign over Christmas. And I still don't know everything there is to know, but I am getting better, and I'm really enjoying Company of Heroes and the beta, which I am playing right now. I do have some really epic battles I can show you guys on the beta as soon as I'm allowed. As soon as the NDA's got the non-disclosure agreement that I apparently signed by completing the beta, or signing up for the beta. So I'm gonna get an MG. I'm gonna put them right here. Anyway, so we're kind of holding the stuff. I am feeling pretty confident about my side. So I had the rifleman just capture the fuel, and I'm really hoping that Fry will start capturing some of these munition sectors. So we still got these guys held up, and these guys are still in the house. And so I'm actually gonna run I was gonna run my engineers and burn those guys out, but it's really not a priority target. Especially, oh, they actually have a sniper in here. What I'm just really trying to do is I'm trying to kill these Volks Grenadiers, and I'm really trying to get the sniper with the flamethrowers, but I'm a little slow to get my men out of there, so you take some unnecessary losses. So these Germans are going to run right and chase after them, right into my machine gun, and that will suppress them, and actually got one of them. There's Fritz right there. So he's telling me to get a triage center. I'm pretty new to the Americans, to be honest. I'm not very good with the Americans at all. Now I should show you guys some of my losses some of these times, kind of explain what I did wrong. But I've lost quite a lot with the Americans. I think I was like, on the other game, I was like 4 and I think it was like 12 or 15 with the Americans, because they're pretty average to me, to be honest. I mean, the quick riflemen and stuff. But I'm gonna save. I'm not gonna reinforce these guys right away because I'm getting a field HQ which I just got here, and I'm now pumping out these guys. So he's pretty much gonna seal off the bridge. He's keeping the Germans back with the 2 machine guns, which are great, which are positioned rather well along with the mortar. So we're kind of talking. It's very important to communicate as allies. Let's go to the German player really quickly. Let's go to electric here. See, they don't have a lot of fuel. And it costs fuel to make buildings. He's also getting some more Volks Grenadiers. Let's go over to cuts or something. Look at this. Floating 1,400 manpower.
I'm ready to close this.
And he just has a Wehrmacht headquarters. 1,200 manpower now that he's floating. I mean, this is full army, and he's got that much. I'm a little cocky there. Don't try to be as bad as I am about that stuff. But yeah, it's also a German player can also really stop the capture of that munition point, or vice versa, if they have a mortar or a sniper to snipe enemy units along this riverside here. It's just floating a lot of manpower, and that's a mistake. Now, you don't want to really float manpower. You want to get your units out there. I understand if you want to upgrade or something really fast. And he says he tried to rush me with snipers and MG, which we do see. 2 MGs, some pioneers, and a sniper. I think that sniper... No, they have 2 different snipers. Snipers are great, especially in the early game when you can use them effectively. But as you can see, none of us are floating manpower. Let's go to Fry here. I don't think he'll be floating manpower either. He's got 500, but keep in mind, 1 British regiment, or grouping of guys, those cost 450. So, you know, we're saving up our fuel, and he's saving up his munitions. I'd keep upgrading your squads. Anyway, it's kind of nice to have the Americans, and I mean, if there was a Panzer League, that'd be kind of cool, but... Anyway, I don't want to advance yet into... Sniper's still in there. Yeah, the sniper's still in there. I don't advance just yet into... I'm getting a massive force, and we're going to run up. We are going to move the machine gun into position. We're going to see here in a second, and we're going to just assault that house. We're going to kill that sniper. As you can see, Volks Grenadiers are the only infantry without a doctrine that can actually put up sandbags and barbed wire. It's actually a really cool thing. Anyway, I'm doing kind of like a cool barbed wire thing there. Anyway, we're going to rush in. They do have heavy covers, and Fry's helping me out here, telling me what I should do. Anyway, he's going right after this guy, so I'm trying to go after the sniper who's killing me. I mean, these guys are dead, and I'm going to lose that full squad. We just got bars also, I was a little impatient. But anyway, with the fire going right into that house, those guys are pretty much screwed. And then the Volksgrenadier's on fire, and he just burned up. So I took some pretty savage losses there. So I'm going to withdraw my majority of my men, except this Rifleman squad, level 1. They're going to go up here and pretty much shoot the hell out of the Volksgrenadiers that are low health. When your men are 2 or below, I would say get them out of there. Anyway, I think I'm going to garrison my guys inside the house. That would give me excellent cover, and also it would help shoot what's ever left of here if these guys are still here. So we're pretty much cutting off their fuel. I don't think a lot's changed down here. He's got a pack. I mean, that's a great strategy, honestly, with the Germans in the early phases. Get a pack. And I'm kind of laughing at my stuff I was saying here. But a pack is great to destroy British defenses because you can outrange a lot of their stuff. Let's see, he still doesn't have a lot. He's still got, I don't know why he's getting all these packs. He must be worried about tanks. But we've not made anything toward tanks. So after I capture this, I got this pretty much locked down with the machine gun. And I'm thinking they're going to push here because... I think they're going to push down here because I pretty much saw the fact that my allies' MG got pushed away. And it looks like he's trying to... This is actually a good technique to get rid of the machine guns and stuff, is to pretty much blow up the things with packs. It's very good, even against the computer you can do that. He's got another mortar here and a casualty clearing station. He has no troops, just note that. But with Fog of War, he can't see. You could think he could have like a bunch of squads, but he hasn't seen my squads. Alright. He hasn't seen any of the... He saw like one British squad, so overall, he doesn't have a lot of men. Fry doesn't, but he's still holding them off. Yeah, Fry's has some decent amount of manpower. I think he's going for the field support, going to try to maybe make some artillery, but you don't want to float too much manpower. Anyway, the mortars actually... They came too close to the bridge, so the mortar can actually... pretty much hit those guys. And yeah, in Company Heroes 1, they brutal. In Company Heroes 1, when a pack or machine gun crew gets down to 1, oh, he's saving up for some. He must be getting some here. I'm been distracted here. 2 sappers. Anyway, so when a crew gets down to 1, the guy just disappears. The guy falls over dead, even though nothing happened to him, because that's how they do it. Company Heroes 2, you can okay, in Company Heroes 2, you can basically... The guy will just run off the map. You lose your squad. Just like in this game. Anyway, I got a triage center up. It's going to help cover my troops and his troops. I'm getting sticky bombs because I see a heavy armored car here, and it's massacring my... This is actually hilarious. It's like pretty much blowing up my building here. So I just put a mine down, and I'm going to place a second mine down right behind it. So I've got infantry with sticky bombs now. Sticky bombs are almost done here, and I'm going to try to run these guys back. I'm going to mainly click them back to the headquarters there, because they can go back here and regroup pretty much. Anyway, that armored car, that guy's voice cracked a little bit. That armored car is going to come up right through all my mines, and destroyed engine, it's almost dead. Anyway, I'm going to call a sticky bomb right on this here. Armored cars are great for dealing with American infantry, but you got to watch out for sticky bombs. And mines. And I do not... Did that mine go off? That mine did go off. It hurt some of the health of my men. He re-garrisoned this building. Now, one thing I wish I had was some grenades. Which I don't. Or even a sniper. So these guys are garrisoned inside, like, the really good building. And Freikorp's talking about how the Brits play really cheap on this map with artillery and just pound the German base. Because if you have supercharged rounds, you can put artillery here and actually blow up the German base. And especially with the Brits, if the Brits have this side of the map, they can actually put artillery here and pretty much hit my base. So yeah, the Brits are ridiculously overpowered. Looks like right now he is... Let's go to Fry here. Right now Fry's getting some more, a captain, maybe to get an armored command, I think. This game isn't too long, so... Basically, he brought another armored car. And I'm starting to float in manpower, but... That's kind of saying. Basically, I'm regrouping my men, and I wish I don't have time to run them back to the triage center, but pretty much this machine gun's gonna buy me some time to pretty much bum rush this thing, and pretty much just destroy them. Looks like I can rush for a... Oh, I haven't rushed that, but I'm getting a supply yard so I can get a tank depot. So we still have light armor here, and it looks like he's still garrisoning some troops in here. Yeah. So here comes the rush of American infantry. I did not use my engineers. Anyway, we got 3 squads. they've killed a decent, well, these guys are fresh, but the rest have killed a decent number of Germans. If you see a horde of American riflemen, you know they have sticky grenades, get them back, because frankly, you're just going to get blown up. 3 sticky bombs just got on that, and I only needed 2 to blow it up. So keep that in mind. Gotcha. I'm saying this to my teammate, not to my ally, so I'm not talking trash to the other guy. I'm amused by my own guys here. Let's see, he does have 2 Volksgrenadiers and Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers are great units in this game. That means you want Blitzkrieg Doctrine.
Enemy unit
Anyway, looks like my ally actually rushed across the bridge. I'm not sure if the machine guns were actually here or not, but he's got commandos, which is great. So a great tip for MGs is if you put them in this building, they can actually suppress the hell out of this area. But it looks like he came down in a glider. And what you should really be doing is focusing that down there. It looks like he's got a Stug also. He's going to try to capture this because I captured that earlier. Anyway, I guys now have 2 chevrons, or not chevrons, but we're starting to get a Hellcat here. Let's go to that building. Oh no, it's just being built. What's weird about the this is the Steam version. What's weird about that is the fact that when you have your when you have your rewards set, they actually just go completely away. So he's telling me to get an anti-tank. That's because several times I play with them as the Americans, I don't get anti-tank fast enough, and that is a weakness of mine. So basically with my rewards reset, it automatically after you get off the game, it doesn't check all the rewards, you have to recheck them. That's kind of annoying. I'm getting an M10 it's a Wolverine tank destroyer, not the thing. Anyway, so I'm putting some tank traps down because he's gonna blow that up, which he just did. But I got a lot of my riflemen. Anyway, these guys are wounded, so I'm gonna get them back to the triage center. We really don't need them. But once you destroy a machine gun, push your advantage, because he's destroyed my machine gun emplacement. Anyway, the medics are bravely bringing back the wounded British soldiers back to the casualty clearing system. He's going to get a squad out of that eventually. So I got a sniper. He's going to kind of chill up here. And he's actually going to snipe the MG here so I can move up on this side, not just be restricted to this little flank area here. Also the first M-Tech. And he's asking what doctrine I want. I want infantry. So I love the infantry doctrine because it's well balanced, because frankly you got the artillery, you got the faster troops, troops can construct stuff. The armor is slower to kind of gain strength. Like, you don't, the greatest thing is the Allied war machine where it replaces your casualties, and the purging is absolutely devastating. There's a slower start, but it's more well rounded, and I love the artillery strikes. You can level a building if you need, or a bunker. It's just great to have artillery. And then we also have the airborne doctrine, and I don't really like the airborne doctrine as much. Oh, the infantry also has rangers too, which is great. What I don't like about the airborne is the strafing runs and bombing runs don't seem like they're worth the munitions, especially the strafing run. You're going to need to have mortars or grenades that can help you there. That takes not even destroy, I don't know why his engineers up there. So it costs a lot of munitions, and I don't feel like I get the benefits I get out of that. And also the paratroopers, those are great units too, but you have the rangers, which are pretty much anti-tank. So I mean, either one. You can get also the rangers can also get upgraded there. So I figured he would try to come down that area. So I got all my guys kind of sitting there, and I think he might be able to. Nope, he can't go around. I totally blocked off the north. So my sniper doing recon here, seeing nothing. I'm gonna run in a squad and capture their fuel sector. You can see that the German players are pretty much starved. Well, they're not starved to fuel, but what the hell is this guy floating so much resources for? You need a little more than a Krieg barracks and a Wehrmacht headquarters to take on the Brits. He's stuck in tier 2. I think these are both guys are. I'm level 2 or 3 right now. Oh, he's actually supporting me with Brits. I'm level 2 or 3, and my allies like level 1 or 2. But these guys, this guy really seems to be like a level 1. I think this guy's like level 2. So it's a low match. We're not exactly. I'm pretty new with the Americans. We're not exactly novices. I mean, we're not exactly aces with our guys. So we got the Wolverine here. And we're going to take on the Stug, which is no doubt likely going to appear. So he's running into all the infantry. When you see Piats, you want to get back because it's going to hit your rear armor and a sticky bombs there. And you got 2 Wolverines. So do not send your tank in there because it's just going to get blown up. Also got Volksgrenadiers, and I see they're going to get in the building. I just didn't really feel like getting the grenades for my men, which is probably a bad thing. I'm just going to have my sniper start taking, pretty much sniping them through the window. These guys are getting massacred right now with the sniper and the combined support. They're in deep trouble. Anyway, it looks like he has another. That's the Stug still there. So, he doesn't want to abandon his position on the high ground up here. But apparently my guys can actually hit the bunker uphill, which is awesome. So I'm pretty much going to start cutting off their fuel because that's what the Germans need for Panthers. And neither of these guys went for heavy armor, which is a great thing the Germans have. This guy at least built a Comcraft center, but none of his guys are upgraded. You can upgrade your unit for veterancy. So I'm going to make another push here. He clicked on a certain thing on the map. And look at this. Throwing down gliders raining from the sky. Yeah, I like the commando doctrine. Oh, look at that. I'm going to throw another sticky bomb on that Stug. And as that Stug is going to get sticky bomb, it's probably going to get a damaged engine. That's usually what happens. The M10 Wolverines are coming in. They're kind of getting distracted with the Wehrmacht headquarters. They kind of auto-target like that. But when I click the attack order, those guys are in trouble. Anyway, I did a massive rush up here with the flamethrowers. And the flamethrowers are actually doing a lot of work. They're just clearing out this building, and they're just getting a lot of kills. Anyway, we also have the MG up here, which is actually going to suppress me, which is a great use of the MG. I mean, I would have put the MG here or something, but he wanted to cover this area on the high ground. But he's massacring me, so I got to withdraw, and we were suppressed. Anyway, I'm going to try to take this area. The Brits are trying to connect on their beachhead. He's also got 2 attacks going at the same time, which is always great to divert your opponent's attention. So he's got an attack coming in from this side on their flank, and he's got tanks coming in. They do have 2 packs. These are just light Stuart tanks. They do have a canister shot, which is very effective, but you can see he's just mowing through. And anyway, my tanks are still blowing up stuff. I call an artillery barrage right on this center because I don't want him getting any more Stugs. Because he has the fuel for it. Anyway, this is an assault Stug, so it can actually blow right through buildings, and it's great for anti-infantry, but it sucks against tanks. I mean, this is not the anti-tank Stug that we saw there, the Stug 4. Anyway, so this guy's getting completely overwhelmed in the south, and let me see if he's still floating manpower. 1,500 manpower. This is right when you need a firestorm. You need to just call it in, because that would just, he'd have to retreat. Now he's getting a Panzer Command, but it's too late. You're floating 1,600 manpower. You know what you can get with that? 2 Panthers. That would pretty much destroy us. I got my 3 Wolverines here. We're just going to blow up this Stug now. And by the way, that wasn't an artillery. That was just a Stug 42. And also, one thing I like about this map is none of the bases have MGs to protect them, which is great. So my guys are going to start capturing up north. We actually do have some... a lot of my infantry right now are at my base, like regrouping and healing up. But we actually came in to the stormtroopers with assault rifles. And these guys are tough troops, and they shouldn't be doubted. I mean, they shouldn't be underestimated, and they're going to actually wipe out. He should have clicked the move order there. But he actually just killed my flamethrower. In Company Heroes 2 Beta, you can actually pick up flamethrowers that are dropped by engineers. So I pretty much destroyed this whole guy's base. And he called a firestorm in. I do not think that was... Yeah, that guy... That was... He finally used his firestorm. And he actually destroyed one of my tanks. Those are very effective. And if your men walk through the fire, they do get injured. So I'm kind of pulling back for a second. Anyway, the Brits have totally overrun any of the German positions. And they've blown up the vehicles. It's also great to have some engineers with your... or what do you call them? Sappers. Your tanks to repair them. And it looks like he's getting 2 Panthers. So he waited a little long, and I think he's saving up for what do you call it, the Terror? Maybe he's saving up for a V1 or a King Tiger. So he's got Panther. This guy's got a Stug 42. They're not getting these from their build. Well, he's not getting the Stug 42 from his build. He's getting it from his doctrine here. And you can see it's a little cocky to do this, to just like launch gliders down inside enemy territory. And I said good game because this guy looked like he was going to quit. I mean, I'm pretty much blowing up his base. But hey, I like guys who fight. They got to fight to the end. You don't want to just give up. Except when they're being really cheap. Then you want to give up. But we didn't bomb the hell out of them with artillery as the Brits, and that's one of their major advantages. So I still want to get that point, but I'm going to try to break up here and get that point also. My sniper is kind of forgotten about. I don't really need him right now. But we're running like hell away from the assault Stug. And anyway, these guys were getting repaired because it was heavily damaged. A lot of my infantry is kind of trying to capture territory, but he did put the MG up there. So I had to withdraw those guys. Anyway, I think my Wolverine actually missed the Stug. That's probably the most damaging to any of my infantry, especially bunched up like that. But this one's just like doing a bonsai into that, and I finally got my Sherman. I don't have a lot because I'm saving up for artillery and stuff, but we got sticky bombs on it. It's on fire. We got a Sherman behind it. We got a Wolverine, 2 Wolverines in front of it. And there you go. You can't send out your tanks without infantry support. Like I got infantry support along here with the engineers and stuff. Anyway, this guy's base is totally blown up. We're still fighting uphill against this Panzer command. He does have another Panther, but with the Piats, and I think he's going to throw a satchel charge in on this. I do not think these guys can actually survive. I mean, Panthers are good, but upgraded, they're excellent. Maybe you can. I'm not sure if you can throw a satchel charge, but his Piats, along with his little tanks, are absolutely killing him. I mean, this is not a lot of manpower, these light tanks, these Tetrarchs, but this Panther is. They were trying to, these commandos were actually trying to lay satchel charges on it, but it got blown up before that. Anyway, a great thing about these headquarters is you can actually reinforce his troops. Anyway, this guy's calling groups, and he's trying to meet up here at his base. He's got an officer. I never made an officer as the Germans because I don't really see a point in making the officers. I feel like they're kind of a waste of manpower, but he has an officer up there in the headquarters. And pretty much I'm going to bring all my guys down here. Also got some Rangers coming in. I'm going to upgrade these guys with Thompsons if I could. So he's trying to group up guys, meet them up there with his stormtroopers. I'm going to pretty much kill the officer inside here. Maybe I'll lay an artillery thing down. But anyway, I'm going to move all my troops down here because he's going to start calling in groups. Let's go to Electric Wizard right here. You can call this in, which is call reinforcements. I'll give you like some... It's kind of like two, I think it's 2 squads of Pioneers, an officer, and a Volksgrenadier or something, but never any of the support units. Let's see if he's still floating manpower. Yeah, look at that. He can call in a V1. The great thing about V1s is you hear them, but you don't have a marked target like a Firestorm. So he's got all this munition. He should really be calling them in. They're not even getting any munition. They're getting a little bit of fuel. But 1,800 manpower, I'd be cranking out the Volksgrenadiers, the snipers. I'd be upgrading my infantry right now. But he was. Look at all those guys. Those are the reinforcements that supposedly came. But you know what? He was a little new. I'm pretty sure he was new, but he quit. So I wonder if the AI is actually making some Pioneers and calling a Firestorm on there. You can tell the difference. The Brits do move slow too. Also, just had good game to the other guy. I swore Electric was going to quit over this guy, but you got the those guys out, so you can reinforce right here or right there. You can kind of pick. That's what he's kind of doing right now. As you can see, some of these guys will be popping out soon. Anyway, they're pretty much dead. Apparently, he put a Panther. We missed that earlier, but he put a charge on the Panther earlier. Anyway, the reason they're not getting munitions is this fuel sector is cut off, and so that denies them all the resources they do have. And I took this out. The officer inside in the bunker was gone. So now we're bringing in the Sherman, and pretty much just going to blow up all their buildings. The match should be over. I do want to say definitely a good game with Freikorp here. He's actually Freikompany now. He changed his name. Now, I do want to say a good game to both these guys. We were all around lower levels. We were all 3 or below. I was level 1 or 2 at this time, I think. And it was a good game. It was fun. You don't normally win as... I don't normally win as the U.S. a lot, so... It's nice to get those victories when you can. But I do have a... Tell me if you want to see a loss by me, because I can kind of tell you what I did wrong there and kind of help other people improve. So I'm really starting to like this game a lot. It's what I'm playing this more than Total War. Which is kind of sad. But I'm playing this more than my campaigns right now, which is kind of bad. That's why they're a little bit slow. And the playback is over. Good game to Electric. And what was his name again? It was like... started with a K. It was like Kunk or something. Anyway, good game and good game playing with my allies. So if you want to see some more battles, comment in the section below. Leave some suggestions. I mean, I got some 3v3s. I don't think I have a 4v4, but I'm going to try to copy that stuff over into the... this is a new Steam version. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this Company Heroes playback, and I will see you later. Caller in 221, so I hope you enjoyed.